Alright, so we're going to start using cell setup. It's on most of the desktops. If it's not, please let me know. We're going to make a new document, and you can see that up here. It asks you select a robot for your new work cell. We are going to select the ER4U. And it's going to pop up with the new objects window, and we're still looking at the same thing. We're actually staring at the floor right now. This is what the environment looks like. You can change the background, but it's irrelevant to what we're going to do, so I'm not going to bother. I am going to add the ER4U without a slide base, as it says in the directions. That's going to place it in the middle of the air, but we need to give it a table. So tables are under General in the Objects tab. I can add my table, double click table. It asks me how big I want my table. The table that they ask you for, is 1000 by 1000. So I'm going to change that to 1000 and 1000 and place my table. Now if you see, my table is kind of in a weird spot because when you place it, it doesn't necessarily mean you're placing it in the center. So if I double click on my table, I can choose position, and it gives me some funky numbers here. That's where it actually is, but I want it to be right in the middle. So I'm going to choose 0, 0. Puts it right in the middle, and so my table is directly underneath my robot. Now we need to put the cube in place for our first exercise. Cubes are under materials. We have cube, cylinder, ball, parts, things. So I'm going to choose the cube. Again, it asks for, I can change the color, material. We are only concerned with the dimensions. By default, it's our 40, 40, 40 cube. So I'm going to place it on the table. If you don't click on the table, for example, over here near the floor, it will actually be on the floor. When you click on the table, it does place it correct on the Z axis. Now it isn't where I need it exactly, so I'll double click on it, go to position again. We need it to be at position 400, that's the X value, by 0 is the Y value. So that's going to place it right in front of the cube, right in front of the robot, and that's going to be where we need it to work with. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it onto my Z drive. And once you're done saving it to your Z drive, you will then be importing that into your RoboCell, and that will be on the next video.